we have to take the study of DNA carefully because most all the information has been brought to us through an evolutionary filter. And if you read anything about it, it just assumes evolution is true, et cetera, et cetera. And a lot of the things that we see that the evolutionists would claim as evidence for evolution is also fits perfectly well in the creation model. Mutation, natural selection, a little bit of change over time. That's fine. I totally accept that. So we got to get beyond that into the underlying stuff. And like, I know that humans and chimpanzees are very similar genetically. That is true. We're not vastly different. We're very similar. But they kind of look like us and they kind of act like us and they eat all the same foods we do. And if we weren't smart enough to invent clothing and air conditioning, things like that, we would still be living in the rainforest naked with them.
Hmm.
But we're more intelligent, so we've expanded our bounds, and they're still stuck in the same place because they're still, basically dumb as a box of rocks, and we can fly to the moon. So there is that similarity there, and that is true. It's just a fact. You can't. I mean, God could have created us as different as He created us from rutabagas,
Mm-hmm.
but He didn't. He created us similar to chimpanzees.
Right.
Okay, but the question is, how did humans get so intelligent when we've had the same amount of time?
Hmm.
I mean, they say we separated from chimpanzees 6 million or 7 million years ago. Um, we've had the same amount of mutations, same amount of natural selection, same environmental changes. Even in their model, not my model, but just assuming all that stuff is true, how come they haven't changed? They're essentially the same as they would consider our common ancestor to be. They're no more intelligent. They're metabolically, their brain, and they didn't go anywhere.
Right.
That's bizarre. But then when you look at the genetics, wait a minute. There's no reason in evolution to assume that all people can be traced back to one man or all people can trace back to one female. There's no reason for that at all. The evolutionists discovered this. They call her mitochondrial Eve and they call him Y chromosome Adam. There's one female and one male ancestor for everyone on Earth today. Now they say, oh, they didn't even live at the same time. It was just random chance this person happened to appear and then that mitochondria or that Y chromosome replace all the other ones in the entire world over time, just by dumb luck. Now, that can happen mathematically in a really small population.
Right.
It's not going to happen in a large population or a population is divided up into little subpopulations. So it can happen. So they have this African bottleneck idea. They say, oh, humanity was reduced to an effective population size of about 10,000 people. And that's where mitochondrial Eve and Y chromosome Adam just randomly appeared in that tiny little population, just out of chance. But the Bible demands that there's only one male and one female ancestor of all humanity. Right? Biblically, that's Adam and Eve, and they did live at the same time. That's a
Right.
starting point scripturally, and the
Right.
evolutionists go out and they figure it out. Hey, thank you much. That's ours. You can go play with something else now. They put them, 200,000 years ago,
Yeah.
not 6,000 years ago, because they're trying to minimize the mutation rate.
Hmm.
They're deliberately slowing the mutation rate down as much as possible so that Adam and Eve would be further in the past.
Wow.
Yeah.
Man.